All right, welcome. I'm Whitney Moon. Welcome to my channel. I'm just coming in for a quick message, okay? I'm not going to be on here for too long, but I felt the need to come on here and do one reading today. Pick up the energy. I am absolutely exhausted, so let's see how this goes. Woo! Venus, first house, and Capricorn. It's like I feel like it's almost like beauty's about to be shown, you know, like something's gonna, I don't know, the way you see yourself or the way you see somebody else. What's this first person? My eyes are super itchy, so I don't know if someone's gonna you're gonna meet somebody. All right. So I feel like somebody is solo right now. And in their energy, and when you're in your energy, it's almost like beautiful things can happen when you're in your energy, owning yourself, not trying to be anybody else, not trying to win the race, just in your existence, in the moment, in the present. Family. I'm telling you, something's happening, okay? It's like, I feel like you're going to get a family because you've been alone for so long. Like, this seems like somebody who's been alone for a while, testing themselves almost. Metaverse, connect, yeah. Connecting with themselves, connecting with the universe around them, making things happen, testing the boundaries, doing everything that somebody does in the energy of themselves. You know, when you just, when you just don't care if you're single and because you're just happy, you're just in your moment, you're just, again, presently possible and living. You know, most people aren't in the present. They're thinking about something else, or they're thinking about somebody else, or where they could be, or where they should be, or where they want to be. It's very rare to find somebody just content with their life because of how connected they are and how grateful they are. Accountability, yeah. Some people would find somebody like that very threatening. You know, like to have somebody that just knows who they want to be and knows what they want and how they want to look and owning themselves. Like, this is, I don't know if this is you, if you're finally just owning everything. That means that, yeah, compassion and all glammed up. Like somebody's karma is coming in. Okay, which involves a contract. And I think somebody knows that this is coming with a contract. Creation and starseed with healing. This might even be like a pregnancy as well, getting with somebody and actually creating something. I mean, the starseed doesn't have to be a child, obviously, but it's an anointed being. It's a chosen one. A manifester creating something. Like this is a very rare reading, I feel like. Because this Capricorn energy, like I feel as if it's almost like a little devilish energy. Like this person might be really attractive. And I'm also getting you might meet them at work. You might meet them at work. Choices, guidance. What's on the top of the deck? Karma, confirmation. Yeah, okay. So this is definitely a connection that's coming into somebody's life because of the choices that they've made. It's lining you up with, it's leveling you up, okay? It's going from, and I hate to say this, whoa, chat. Hi, everybody. My phone is not really on that bright, so I didn't see any of you. So anyways, it's almost like going, you know what I'm getting the analogy? And this is really sad because I fucking love Yellow Wolf and this whole skater kind of hillbilly fuck thing that he's got going on. It is so unbelievably goddamn attractive. But it'd be like going from a Yellow Wolf to a Richard Gere. You know what I mean? Like you're leveling up, right, to a certain status because of where, and this is just the analogy. This doesn't actually mean like now you're going to be dating old men or something like that, but it's a maturity. It's a maturity jump. Right? And I saw this Instagram once of this girl. She was like 25 and her boyfriend was 70 and they were having a kid. And this guy that she was married to, 70, he looked fucking 40 for one, incredibly in shape, mind, body, and soul. And I mean, I'm not saying that it's really right, but I'm saying like, damn, you're 70 years old, you got a 25-year-old. And like I said, doesn't look it because age is a number. And I think it fucks with people sometimes because I feel like age is one of those things. Like if you are wise on the inside and you evolve, your age on the outside kind of stays pretty precious because your wisdom is so intense on the inside that you speak your age. You don't have to show it. Other people who are very ignorant and don't really take any advice, they show their age quick because they have to show it. You know, they're a shower, not a grower. You know, like it's all right there for you to see all the time, where a wisdom one, you kind of sit there and think like, how old is that person? Like, are they, you know, like they can't be 40, like they can't be that young, like they know too much. But yeah, you can be 40 and know more than everybody in the room of 70, 80-year-olds. Because it's not about how long you've been here. It's about how much you've acquired during your stay. Okay. And those of us that actually take this seriously, this thing called life seriously, okay, and are not diving into a 9-to-5, going way more into mission, will realize that they have evolved much more past even our elders, because our elders were too caught up making money, making moves, making money, making deals, pushing their kids out of the way, okay, and then creating more children out of that, because you realize the more trauma you go through as a child, the faster you want to be a parent, because it's almost as if you want your own family, so then you can get out of the family that you're in and make your own, and then be on your own and have your own thing. It's very traumatic. So you're creating what we would call this loving family out of trauma, which is not a loving family made from love. It's, you know, a traumatic bond made through very vulnerable experiences. Okay, so guidance, it's almost as if once you reach your balance, okay, and you look up and you start to evaluate who you are and where you come from, and live with gratitude, knowing that you're moving in the right direction all the time is where your soul wants to. You meet up with people. It's called divine timing. Okay, so you're lining up with somebody directly because of who you are. And you probably had people in your life tell you to be quiet. Okay, be seen, not heard. No one's gonna like you if you're that loud. No one's gonna like you if you're gonna dress like a boy. Nobody wants a tomboy. Nobody wants this. You realize that there are so many threats put on to a life that wasn't even in existence yet. No one's gonna like you for this. No one's gonna like you for that. Well, how? Right? Because they don't approve of something. Nobody will approve of it. Right? It's very, like, I feel like collective is coming out of a very traumatizing bonding time, right? Where they bonded with their abusers because their abusers were mom, dad, brother, sister, lover, priest. Okay. They bonded with their monsters, right? Not having anybody else to bond with. So once you grow out of that and realize that majority of the people that you were the most attached to were the people that were trying to break you the most, right? You end up getting this type of relationship. Okay. And sometimes you see it in a really nice documentary of somebody who's gone through hell and back, and then they just have their partner there that they, met at this awful time in their life as they were coming out of it. This is almost that time of coming out of a very dark time, which is ironic because we're going into one of the darkest times because we're going into winter, and your soul is going into one of the lightest times, which is a good, I feel like, balance. It's a good narrative, right? To be in the opposite of current energy, because sometimes current energy is like, I can feel it. It's heavy. It's strong. It's draining. I can feel how exhausted people are because it's coming through me. Right. So that's where it's like elevate, right? Keep yourself balanced and shielded and guarded as you change, as you evolve. Right. And this is all like, a lot of collective is stepping into what you would call the best sex of your life because you're balanced and you're comfortable with your body. Okay. And, because when you're with a partner, that's the most vulnerable you could ever be. And if you've been manipulated while being vulnerable, sex is probably the worst fucking place for you because it's going to open up all these other things, right? So once you balance those things out, and I feel like a lot of collective will use sex as a weapon. Okay. Yeah. Seduction. There it is right there. Okay. Vision, the light and the dark. Because it was used against you possibly. So you use it still against yourself. Okay, so as you evolve, okay, and you heal yourself, you get more comfortable with yourself. And the more comfortable you are with yourself, the better of a partner you can make because, how vulnerable are you other than with a relationship? This person, they're going to see everything, right? So, and if you've been single for a while, this is why. What's the point of half-assing it with somebody when you could spend an extra little while getting yourself organized and together and then let the universe set that up for you, right? Because I feel like a lot of the dating sites and a lot of things that people do like that is pushing something, right? A lot of those people probably were never supposed to meet, right? Because the internet is not technically supposed to be in existence, right? So meeting over the internet necessarily isn't always the best thing because how would you have ever met in reality? Or has the internet become one of those things that we now can meet those who we're destined to meet because before we were blocked, right? There's so many ways that you can look at it. Like, because this could be somebody coming out of an awful relationship and then they meet somebody else right away. because they chose to better themselves and get out of the rut instead of stay in the rut and wait and see if you get anything, right? Because like that's this one guy I dated. That's all he ever did was he stayed with chicks until he met somebody else. And then once he met somebody else, he was safe enough to break up with the girlfriend before, right? And that's so shallow. And trust me, if somebody does that to like, if that's how you meet somebody, they're already shacked up with somebody else, they're gonna do it to you too, right? Like. I mean, I know that we love to think that we're the exception and that we're going to be the exception for somebody, but at the end of the day, to think that you're going to be the exception to something probably means that you're not going to be. Okay, so this is something huge coming in. Okay, and there's this little spider. I wanted to make sure he was alive because I wasn't sure if it was a molt, but there is this little yellow spider. I don't know if it's orange because it's reflecting the orange light in the room, but he has just been chilling beside my phone for the last 3 days doing these readings with us. So what up to the baby spider in the room? He's probably the youngest one here. He probably shouldn't even be listening to this reading. But I have seen an increase of spiders in my house recently. We have this daddy long legs in the bathroom. Oh my God, it's huge. And I just leave it in there. I'm not touching it. She makes these really awesome webs too. I just fucking leave her sitting there. Sometimes she's right above me on the toilet. I just sit there and stare at her. Please stay there. She's so big. Oh my God. Daddy long legs, I tell you, they are huge sometimes. I don't know. I love them though. Okay. All right, I'm getting a little bit of my energy back. So we're going to do one more. I'm just going to take it reading by reading, all right? What up to everybody? Hope you all are having a great night. Will I ever get married? I don't know, darling. I say, yeah, you will. Actually, let's just ask. What's your name? Nessa 77? Nessa. Will they ever get married? Let's see. No. Sorry, Toots. Spirit says niente on the upidsne. Even marriage is not in your cards right now. Okay. There we go. Next message. Let's see. Okay. So what I'm getting here is, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting that somebody has finally blocked somebody who has been trying to hurt them. Okay, so we got any spiritual ones in the house? This is probably for you. If you've been doing protection spells, okay, we've got the fly here in reverse. And the way that I'm seeing that is someone's been trying to collaborate with you and you don't want to. Okay, like that fly wants to get in. And the reason why I feel like you have somebody that wants to get into your energy because of how big you are. Okay, so that could be somebody wanting to get into your life to use your facilities, okay? Use your platform, use your friends, use your acquaintances, use your time, your resources, okay? Somebody wants to get in on what you have, okay? And, they think they're pretty slick, Okay, slick Rick over here. They do. They think they're pretty slick. They think that you're not going to notice what they're doing. They think that you think of them as a very precious person and that they would never do anything. You already know there's a hidden agenda. Okay, there's somebody around you with a massive hidden agenda. Okay, and it's coming out that they just want you to do all the work while they sit and watch. Okay, so you're doing all this research and you're doing all this work, and this person's just trying to shut you down. This would be the analogy I just heard would be as if you were in university and this is a classmate who knows that you're doing better than them, and then you go to pass in your paper and they switch your paper and they put in a paper that they wrote and try to get you degraded or something. They try to get you thrown out of the class or something. Okay, because possibly you didn't want to help them or you didn't want to work with them, right? They wanted to use everything that you have. Okay, so then they could appear as smart, as a very smart person, but they're not. They're just copying everything that you have. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And looking like they're smart, like they did it all. But there was this time when my sister was in university and she almost got, they tried to peg her with plagiarism, and she didn't plagiarize the paper at all. Like she wrote that paper, and I'm not sure if somebody said that she plagiarized or something, but again, I mean, that's a huge, serious risk, okay, that you take, and to have plagiarism on your record is there forever, okay? So I don't know if somebody tried to get you in trouble, okay, because they didn't want to learn on their own, but they know that you're super smart. So actually, maybe that's what they did. Maybe they took your paper, wrote their name on it, and then the paper that they wrote for themselves, put your name on it. Something like that. Okay, it's definitely sabotage. That's what I'm getting. So if you're in school, be very careful of somebody. Hand your paper right directly to your professor. Do not stop. Do not, just be very cautious of your work right now and somebody possibly trying to manipulate it, because that's what I feel like. I feel like they're not really going to do the work themselves. And then it might come down to all of a sudden someone's calling you now, blaming you for doing something because your name has been put on somebody else's work. I don't know. This is weird. Like, the sad thing is they might even threaten you. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say anything. If you do know that somebody did something, I don't know. To me, it kind of seems like this person is evil. Like, whoever is trying to manipulate you, copy you, take your work, they are just pure fucking evil. Okay, and they're trying to appear like genius. And actually, my sister knew somebody too, because I didn't go to university or college. I took mixology in college, and that's the bartending course. That's about as far as I did in school. I drank. She actually went to university, and she knew a girl who also did the same thing, went to university, but she fucking bought all her papers. This chick didn't study, didn't learn. Okay, she bought a degree. Okay, she purchased all of her papers. All right, she, I don't know how she passed the tests, but again, I know that there are people out there who have been in that class before and know the tests that come up. So I know that people are able to get tests in school in multiple years, which is why they have to change the curriculum so much. Okay, because people copy, right? So, okay, we have friendship and neighbors. So I've been told to take this neighbors card very seriously, as if these are the people right beside you. This is a no fuck around card. Okay. So with friendship, I feel like this person has disguised themselves as your friend. Okay. And they could be copying everything you're doing. I mean, if they only go over to your house, if you've never even seen this person's house, this person is, you know what I'm getting? They are like Ethan Hawke in Taking Lives. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but it's Ethan Hawke kills people and takes over their identity. It's like that. That's what I'm getting, right? Extreme stalkerism that slowly takes over your identity and takes over who you are. Okay? So, I guess Spirit, is kind of wanting you to know to be very careful of your closest friends. Okay? Because as much as they look like your closest friends, I think they're stealing all your work. Hey, Danny! Damn right, thumbs up, people. Thumbs up that shit. We had 13 thumbs up yesterday, Danny. Ooh, what? Does anybody have any questions? We're in this part of the reading now. Where are we at? 27:35. If anybody has any questions, we will do Q&A now if anybody wants. If not, it's all good. Whoa! Oh my gosh, there's actually questions. Good job, everybody. People usually never ask any questions. Okay, so what's the first one? What does Spirit want me to know about? Okay, well, give me your name, okay? Okay, so Sarah, let's do yours. Does the third party have a strategy? All right, Sarah wants to know if the third party has a strategy. Oh, okay, this card is sticking out. Yes. There you go, Sarah. That's your name? Promise Shinda? Okay. Shinda wants to know, does Spirit have anything that they want to tell her about right now? Okay, so promise. Okay, we got no need to worry and not the right time. That's what Spirit wants you to know right now. So if there's something you're working on and you're wanting to know if this is the right time, no, it's not. But there is no need to worry on the timing. Okay, something about time right now, don't worry about it. And that's a huge message for a lot of people out there, is not to worry about time right now. Time is, a lot of people are going through ascension and things are changing about them. And, time is one of those things. It doesn't really exist. It's just for us to clock our work days and get our paychecks and find out when the new moon is coming, you know? So it's kind of all bullshit anyways. It doesn't exist. It's the wheel is always turning. Whatever time is called is what it is. So there's definitely no need to worry about that. Something is obviously going to work itself out in due time, all right? Work I goon all day. Ha! I love that movie. Goon is, okay, fun fact for you. Goon is probably one of my, I have to say, it's not my favorite movie, but it's top 5. If I have to say what's my favorite comedy, Goon is by far my favorite comedy. I don't think I've laughed so hard in my life at a fucking movie than the way I laugh at Goon. And sometimes I laugh at new things that I didn't even notice that I didn't notice the last time I watched the movie. So I love that movie. And I tried to watch Goon 2. I fucking turned that shit off so fast. That was awful. I don't know what he was thinking. Jay Baruchel, when he did that one? Oh my God, it's awful. Okay, people. I think I'm going to do one last reading. Can I go out and flirt? Yeah? Don't worry about time. Remember, promise? Damn right you can go out and flirt. If you're single, go out there and mingle. Okay? Mr. So-and-so is just going to have to deal with that. Flirting? Honestly, I flirted my ass off the other day with this guy. I don't even think he really noticed. But that's how you know if they're taken or not. If they flirt back. And sometimes people flirt back and they are taken. I don't understand what's wrong with society. Okay, here we go. Next reading. What does Spirit want to know? Okay. Somebody is being irresponsible with their magic. Okay, High Priest in reverse with Heir and Guardian, and their Guardian knows about it. Ooh, masculine. This could probably be it. So there's an idiot out there that's being irresponsible about something. And you know what? Honestly, I've had multiple conversations in the past with people that I know have spells put on them and hexes put on them. And put it this way, if they don't care that there's negative energy on them, please don't go near them, because that's a huge indicator. If somebody doesn't care about the energy that they're in, is a huge indicator that they're not going to care about the energy that you bring. And if you are a reader, if you are a spiritual being, energy means everything to you. And if somebody is walking around with a curse or a hex or something on them, and especially if they know about it, if they know about it and they're walking around with it, because that's the thing is, I told this one guy that he had a love spell on him for a reason, because that love spell attacked me. Okay. Because this chick, whoever keeps putting this love spell on him, is attacking every time he likes somebody. That spirit attacks that chick. That's what spells do. Okay. They attack innocent people that are all around them. Right. And what really sucks is that this guy has been getting attacked by this woman for, I don't know, I would say 5 or 6 years now. And he has no idea. He thinks they're best friends. He could just trust her with everything. Best friends, BFFs. And that's how you know. Okay, so either he's looking at her and doesn't give a shit because he wants a spell on him. He doesn't take anything seriously, including his own energy. All right, or he thinks I'm full of shit. Irregardless, if you don't take your energy seriously, you might as well just walk off a cliff. Just end it right now. Just go to your 9 to 5 and become a fucking robot. Because energy means everything. And if you don't take it seriously, what's the fucking point of being here? Okay? So you have somebody on your ass that is so fucking irresponsible with energy that their familiar is calling them out right now. Okay? Their familiar can't stand what they're doing and what they're putting in the air because either they're putting some type of energy in the air about a masculine, or it's a masculine putting shit out in the air. Okay. And being very irresponsible about it. And like that made, that's the thing is when you tell somebody that there's something wrong, you're not doing it because that's what you want to do all day. You're doing it because they need to know. Like, you know how hard of a job this is, that sometimes these personal readings don't come out the way that people want them because there's more to talk about than your ex-boyfriend, right? That your energy is the one that's supposed to be taking precedent here, and all people want to talk about is what's going on with everybody else. Okay, it's very, like, if you come face to face with somebody who doesn't want to talk about themselves, all they want to do is talk about other people, all right, again, very dangerous energy, okay, because it's narcissism, but it's a gossiping narcissist that wants to talk about everybody else, okay? And this person, whoever this person is, they went out and they did something, and yeah, look at banishment HEX. See what I mean? This chick who put this love spell on this dude banishes people from all around him, okay? Causes him to lose clients at work, causes him to have chicks fucking freak out on him, okay? And he's just sitting there like, yeah, well, maybe you're crazy. And I'm like, no, this bitch attacked me because he likes me. All he ever does is watch my shit. Oh, he's all over my ass like fucking white on rice, which means she's all over my ass like white on rice. I had to fucking block her. I had to fucking banish her. I had to put a fucking spell over her. I don't like women. And why do I not like women? Because they think they can own fucking men. And honestly, it's so pathetic. They can't get into their own energy and live their own lives. They have to control people. Okay, and I did a reading about this not too long ago where I said there was a man that was in trouble because he had 3 women on his ass. 3. And actually, to think about it, this guy does have 3 women on his ass, 2 exes and this fucking spell. Okay, so that's the thing. Like, you want to sit there and toy with energy and act like, oh, it's just bad luck and I'm just having a bad luck day, while that spell is hitting people around you. That's the thing. Like, there's a reason we clear our energy. There's a reason why we can bring up energy. There's a reason why there's magic. To sit there and act like a victim or know that you're a victim and do nothing about it, again, just goes to show if somebody won't take care of themselves, what makes you think they're going to be in a good relationship with you, right? Because the way a person will treat you is a way that they treat themselves. If they treat themselves like an asshole, drink all the time, fucking spit all over everybody, fucking, treat their, very delicate temple like a fucking garbage, what do you think they're going to treat their girlfriend like or their boyfriend like? Right? You ain't getting special treatment. You ain't the exception. You're just the next one that will put up with their garbage bullshit. Right? Spiritualism means you don't deal with that shit anymore because you're better than that. Okay. And whoever this is, you got to take a hard look at your life and see where you're being hexed and do something about it. Because any of us can get into a depressive mode where we just let this negative energy take a hold of us and we do nothing about it and be a coward. And then there's times where we stand up and we start kicking ass, because guess what? It's your life. If you don't take it seriously, nobody is going to take it seriously. Nobody is going to care about you the way that you should care about you. Okay, and there's something in the air with somebody being so freaking irresponsible that their guardian knows about it. Okay, their own guardian. They could have raised this thing from a baby and it's telling on them for what they're doing to collective. It's not a fucking joke out there. It's not a game. Okay, although people do think it's a game and that, oh, hexes and curses. Oh, you're just being paranoid. You're being paranoid. Oh, you're a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs these days, aren't you? Thinking that everyone's doing rituals and fucking sacrifices against you. You know who jokes about magic? Arrogant little fucks who don't understand it. Okay, because magic is not to be laughed about. Thanks, though. It's one of the most powerful things out there. It's more powerful than a beating fucking heart. Okay, is magic, especially black magic. Okay, so and the reason why I say this is we have the Wiccan Red and grounding. Okay, when you choose to do magic, this is the Wiccan Red. This is what you have to go by. You do not hurt people. You do not cast magic against people. You do not dwell on people. You do not open up a window to see what people are doing. You do not crack the code. You do not break the barrier. There's a respect here. And if you don't respect it, you're going to lose it. Same as relationships. You don't respect the people in your relationship with, you're going to lose it. You don't respect your body, your temple, guess what? You're going to lose it. You don't respect your kids, guess what? You're going to lose them. Right? Respect comes so much more farther than most things. Okay? So, whatever this high priest in reverse did, they went against the Wiccan Red and they know it. They know it. They know what they did. But again, growing up, mommy and daddy, you know, they entitled them and they let them do whatever they wanted and yell and cast spells and cast shadows and lie about people and do their shit, that they're out there doing this shit as an adult. And that's why I say, do not enable people, especially your children. Your children are not your friends. Your children are your children. Therefore, you are their teacher. Okay, and they're your little sponges that are there to pick up all the information that you give them. And if you treat them like shit, they're going to grow up like shit. And if you don't treat them how to treat other people, they're going to treat other people like shit. And then their kids are going to treat people like shit. You get it? You stop it at the source, you stop it all together. But if you're not even responsible enough to be a parent, then guess what? Your kids are going to grow up to be assholes, and it's only you to blame. How your child turns out is your responsibility. Okay? Your friendships around you, how those turn out, again, your responsibility. You go cast shadows and cast magic and cast bullshit around people claiming that you have a responsibility. You're going to probably lose your powers faster than it fucking took you to learn how to walk. Okay? So whatever this is, whoever this powerful wannabe fucking person thinks that they are, because I don't know if they're watching right now and thinks that they're Slick Rick and just gets through everything, because they didn't get, through anything. They got caught. They're in the net. All right? They got caught doing everything, and they got caught by something they trust the most. Okay? So their own dog, their own cat, their own bunny rabbit is turning against them for the things that they do to collective. Okay, so there has been a massive hex on somebody, and it's going away. It's going away. And thank God for that, because this shit can't last forever. Kitchen witch, yeah, all right. So I definitely feel like a concoction of herbs will definitely banish this person, but do your magic. Okay, stay grounded. And the seasons are changing. Okay, and there's a huge, massive transformation that's about to happen in your life. And this high priestess cannot stop it. Okay, the universe has grounded this hex. So this hex is no longer in the air. It might have been in the air for a while. You see how it kind of like went down right away? I think this hex has been in the air for a long time, and we grounded it. Okay? Because it's time that somebody know about it. And I mean, we can talk about this shit night and day. And I don't really care if I have to talk about it every day. I will always talk about how to get rid of hexes. And I feel like somebody has dedicated a long time to doing this to you. All right. To pointing their finger at you. Okay. And that's why their familiar their familiar could have passed away. And that's why they're here now to talk about all the things that they saw, all the things that, right? Because this familiar, I mean, it could be your familiar, it could be theirs. I have a feeling this familiar is dead and it sees things, because your familiars will be, they're ancient spirits with you all the time. Whether or not they can incarnate into animals, right, into your familiars is one thing. They'll always be there regardless around you. Okay, so whether this is your familiar or theirs, they got told on. Okay, and then I just cut the deck and then look at, we got the magical circle of protection. Okay, you are protected. And that's why this spell now has been grounded. Right? Because your level of protection is so high, their level of breaking the wicked red, it has costed them their magic. So, fun fact for you out there for somebody. Okay, you had a nasty ass hex all over you. Okay. Especially like if you work from home or something like that. Yeah, feminine energy. So the masculine and the feminine came up, just so you know. Masculines are just as nasty as feminines when it comes to trying to manipulate people, basically. Okay. But massive fucking trickery coming down. Obviously, maybe that's why because we just had the full moon. So I feel like that was a message from the full moon. Like she had that message sitting there for a while, waiting for somebody to see it. That there was some crazy ass manipulation that's been being done. And that's the thing, is like so many dabble in the dark and they think that because it's nighttime, no one's going to know what they're doing, or spirit won't know, and it's all secret. No one's going to know what I'm doing. And it's like, your lights on, your candles lit, your fucking windows open, there's smoke everywhere. Like, you're not exactly fucking, covering yourself up that good, So some people like the other day, so my sister, remember I channeled this message the other day where I said there was a high priestess that doing an open book spell on her altar against somebody. And my sister saw it in her dreams. She saw the witch, she saw the altar, and she saw the open book. And so whoever was doing an open book spell on somebody, my sister saw it in her dreams. I brought it up in tarot probably about a week ago, maybe last week, 8 or 9 days ago, maybe. And then she just saw it, not last night, but the night before. She saw it in her dreams. So that person has been caught doing spells as well. I mean, you know that they're an immature witch when they've got their book open and then they leave it open. Okay, your book of shadows is not one to be left open, especially on an altar. So again, they got caught, right? And I mean, that's the thing, is anybody that's messing around with energy, that's an immature set energy, will get caught. Just like any crook that tries to rob a bank or rob a store. I mean, on your first couple times, you're probably going to get busted because you're going to be shit at it. This person was shit at it. They did something they weren't supposed to do. And like, to advertise it everywhere and tell a bunch of people, or to just leave your book open. I mean, that's pretty fucking ballsy to do a spell against somebody and just leave it right open, like out in the open for everybody to see. You fucking dumb? Like, okay. Fucking done, son. Haha, there's Goon again. Oh. Okay, last message, because now I'm starting to lose my voice. There's some little tickle going on with my throat. Has something to do with my throat chakra. And I feel like my voice is changing. So my voice is getting, I don't know, deeper, I think. I don't know. It sounds different to me, though. Okay, here we go. Last message. Okay, so we have the Runner in reverse and the Phoenix. So somebody, you might have dealt with somebody in the past that had a fear of intimacy, a fear of getting close. Okay, and yeah, you could have been dating somebody and you got pretty close pretty quick, and then this person changed their mind and walked away from you really quick and stopped talking to you. This person is making their way to the reading here. Okay, they've obviously got some things to say to you. And we have the Golden Mirror. Okay, so they realize how self-absorbed they were. Okay, they realize that, yeah, they were the ones that gave you the silent treatment, so they know that they abandoned you. I feel like they stopped talking to you because somebody entered the room, you know what I mean, and took their attention. So they got played by a third-party interference. And this person might have been sluttier than you. They would have been sluttier than you because it's seduction mode. So they're not wifey material. They're what you sleep with. And then, you know, you probably are going to get up and leave in the middle of the night, right? They got tempted by that. Okay. And because you were the anchor, they went with the boat, if that makes sense. Okay, they chose to sail as opposed to anchor down. Okay, this person is coming back around. Okay, what do they want to say? Stabbed in the back. Ooh, deception, separation, heartache, stabbed in the back. What the fuck? What does this person want to say to you? Stabbed in the back, heartbreak. You want to talk about heartbreak? Oh, baby, I've been around. You know, I've been around. I love Yellow Wolf. I will always sing him. I will always be obsessed with him. And I can fairly say I have a healthy obsession with that man because I can hold back even though I don't want to. Okay, so this person has what I feel like a healthy obsession with you. Okay. And like I said, we've talked about obsession before being extremely dangerous, but it's like anything that you enjoy, okay, you respect. So it's like, even if you are obsessed with coffee, okay, you can control that obsession. It's good to have a healthy thirst for things, okay, but not go overboard, okay, where this person went overboard. You know, they did whatever this seduction was. They took a huge temptation, okay, and now they are coming back around to you. Okay, like you're the one that got away. Maybe you didn't put up much of a fuss once they walked away. Okay, it kind of seems like you got over them really quick. Okay, this person never showed you their true feelings, ever. They didn't. You don't actually know how this person feels about you. And they're getting ready for reunion. Okay. And to get ready for reunion, that person's got to be pretty fucking cocky. As if to say, like, you're just going to let them back in. Okay. Like, and you know what? Sometimes when you are the bad guy, it's not the worst thing in the world to, you know, kind of step yourself up a little bit to feel like you are going to win, you know, psych yourself up a bit. Like, this person's definitely psyching themselves up. Okay. And they don't even know if you're even going to talk to them. Okay. So anything else? Talking, passion, and near. Okay, so I think this person's going to reach out, and as you get communicating with them, the obsession between the two of you might get heated quick. Okay? And that's just to show the restraint that you guys have shown over this period of time, okay, is over. Like, you're gonna, like, I feel like you hid a lot of your feelings from this person too, okay, and you put up this huge wall. This person, I think they know how to get to your heart, so they have a good feeling about it, but at the same time, they know that there's a huge chance you're gonna slam the door in their face. Okay, huge chance. So, but they also know there's a huge chance that they could get back everything they lost. Okay, so this person is like a 50-50 right now. That's how they're feeling. And it's a pretty big 50-50. Like, they're going all in on both sides that this could either be good or bad, which, you know, I do like. Okay, wedding rings on the bottom of the deck in reverse with engagement rings. So, again, they can see the commitment, but they know that no one's committing to shit right now, especially you. Okay, so collective, you got a couple people coming around. All right, 57-37. You got some people coming around, okay? 'Tis the season. So good luck with all these people, okay, and all these really awkward conversations you're going to be having with some of them over the holiday season. Blessed be Christmas, okay, and yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. I've had a really long day, like I said, so I'm going to, and thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for liking the video. All right, thanks for being here. Thanks for asking your questions. We'll be back tomorrow with some more Q&As and some more tarot readings as usual. If you haven't checked it out yet, the 13th Moon Zodiac Tarot by Whitney Moonshine on YouTube is streaming Zodiac readings. Okay. We didn't get on there today. I didn't do any readings today, but it's probably because I did 10 yesterday. Oh my God, I did so many readings yesterday. So again, we got to send those telepathic questions in because sometimes I run out of answers, okay, because there's not enough questions. So send those questions in so I can get them. And we'll be back tomorrow with some of those answers. All right. Peace, family, and thanks for joining. All right. Bye, Danny.